Thank you, Senator Sullivan. Senator Manchin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank everybody in uniform, everybody who's ever been in uniform previously or is in uniform today for the service. I always thought that the person who's willing to put a uniform on is willing to take a bullet for me or my family, and I can't express my gratitude more than that. With that being said, I come from a state of West Virginia, and we have a high percentage of people who serve in the military. On the Vietnam Wall, we have more names per capita than most any state, and they continue. I always say we're always ready to fight, and we're willing to answer the call for our country. And if there's not a good war going on or a fight, we'll fight each other until we get ready to be called. I mean, we're always prepared. So, with all that being said, I'm off of what Senator Sullivan just said. I was at a time when I went to WVU, and my family, my grandfather was in the military, my father and my uncles were all military. But, you know, I had not been exposed because the time element in '65, I go as a freshman at WVU, and automatically I'm in ROTC. and I'd pick Army or Air Force. And I chose Army, and I was there for 2 years. And I really, really enjoyed it. I learned so much. And I guess it was taken out after the Vietnam War. I think that brought it to a head, is what I understand, when it came to combination. But it's something we should. It was a land-grant school. I understood that all land-grant schools were mandatory to have 2 years of ROTC. A lot of our officers came through the program. Even today, I see some. They came through from the 2 year. They got their scholarship, was paid education, everything. It's unbelievable. And then I go into college, to campuses around high schools, again what Senator Sullivan said, and I see a lot of the junior ROTC, junior ROTC, which is extremely, extremely important. It is so needed for structure and stature and this and that, but it gives a kid confidence. And then that child, and I'll ask him, are you going to go into ROTC when you go to college, or are you going to go into the military? Some will say yes, and some will say no. But they said the experience I've received, I'll never be able to replicate. I'm thinking that when I was drafted in Vietnam, and we were taking 300 a day out of my university in 1967. I just got hurt playing ball, so they wouldn't take me, and I was scared to be 4Fs. I finally got a 1Y in case of national emergency. But we were going there to defend our country. We were going there basically to serve. We all knew that we would be in combat. And today, I'm not sure. Someone said, how would we react if we were Ukraine? What would be our stature? What would be the military stature to be able to go into a militia, if you will? So the AUMF, we're just going to be voting on AUMF to do, basically, to put a limit to where we're going to have input on any wars. Would that be helpful? I mean, are people losing confidence that we've entered into wars that didn't make any sense? I got to be honest with you. Our support of Ukraine is the only just war I've seen in my lifetime. I was told about Vietnam. We had to stop the communists there. I've watched Afghanistan. I watched Iraq. I watched all of these things.
You're right.
This is truly a just intervention that we're involved in. I hope we stay and basically become victorious in that. So I don't know how that's helping you or hurting you and what your sales pitch might be. I don't think it's the same. And I don't understand the wokeness at all, so it doesn't affect in my state at all. I mean, we're still ready to go. Just call us. We'll be there. Appalachia has basically been a real fertile ground for the military. The whole Appalachia, 13 states in Appalachia. And so I'm curious to see what we can do to help. What can we do to help? If it's education, let us know. If it's ROTC again, let us know. If it's the support, you know, and we have I can tell you that the National Guard has been invaluable, what they've been able to do in our states. So tell me what you all would think the greatest one thing that we could do to help you.
Senator Manchin, I'll just start by saying that creating a conversation nationally about a commitment to public service. Senator Reid spoke earlier, law enforcement professionals, first responders, we're having a hard time getting America's youth population to consider those types of careers in addition to military service. So rebuilding that spirit of national service and reintroducing the military as an option would be number one.
Now, Marine, I understand also you all had testified that you're recruiting. Your numbers, were the Marines the only one hitting their targets?
Yes, sir. The Marines hit their targets last year, and
Air Force, Army did not?
The Air Force active did. This year, the Space Force will, but the Air Force is expected to be 10% below our target.
So again, what was you going to say that we could be of help? Same.
Sir, about a week or two ago, Major of the Marine Corps, Troy Black, testified before the House Armed Services Committee and brought up the point that if you're reading something about the military in the newspaper, all the bad news goes to page 1, all the good news goes to page 6. We know we have challenges. We know we need to do better supporting our service members and our families, but the extent that we can pull the conversation onto what's right with serving our country, that is the biggest help we can have.
Senator, I would agree with my colleagues. Since you asked for one from each of us, I'll add a new one, is passing our budget when it comes before you, because that's critical for making sure that we have the resources we need now and in the future.
Okay. That's very, very good. I've been told also on passing a budget on time can save anywhere from 5 to 10% of the budget we have now. So if you're talking $850 billion, that could be anywhere from 40 to $80 billion or more just by doing it on time. For us to do our job on time is that much savings to the military. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Senator Manchin.
Thank you for your service. God bless the United States of America.